everyone. Today I would like to talk about a topic called how renewable energy reduce greenhouse gases emissions. First of all, I'd like to ask you questions. Have you watched this film?
Yes.
And do you know what it's talking about?
No.
Yes, it's about the global warming, the consequence of global warming. Let's look at the posters. There's a flooding of coastal waters. If we do ignore the and enhance the greenhouse effect, then the consequence will be like this. So what should we do? Maybe
Run away.
That's a good idea, but I would suggest that maybe we can reduce the greenhouse gases via the renewable energy. First of all, I'd like to talk about the definitions of renewable energy. It is generated from the natural resources, and here's the solar energy make use of the sunlight to generate energy, and the hydropower that make use of the water, and wind energy make use of the wind, and also the biomass that make use of the wood, alcohol, crops, and waste. And the last one is geothermal energy that make use of the heat generated or stored in the earth. And what is greenhouse gases? Actually, greenhouse gases is situated in the atmosphere, and it absorb and emit radiations within the thermal infrared range. For example, water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, ozone, and CFCs. That may be harmful to our environment. And let's talk about how the greenhouse gases trap in the air and trap the heat and make the earth warmer. The sunlight emits the light and UV radiations, and 70% of the radiation is passed through the cloud and directly to the earth, and 25% are radiated back. And if the greenhouse gases is situated in the atmosphere, for example, the methane and carbon dioxide, it will trap the heat and reflect the radiation back to the earth and make the earth warmer. And I would like to talk about why the greenhouse gases emission reduction via renewable energies. Because it can slow down and enhance global warming. As we know that global warming will give harmful effects to our environment, such as the melting of ice makes the sea level rise, and finally cause the coastal flooding, which we can see in the posters, and as well as desertifications. Second, we can help to research limited non-renewable energy, as the non-renewable energy is now running out, and there's increase in populations on the earth, so that there's not enough non-renewable energy for us to use. And the third is to reduce air pollutions, as you know that greenhouse gases can also be air pollutants. And here I would like to show you two experiments and two cases which greenhouse gases emissions via renewable energy is possible. And the first experiment will be conducted in Brazil, and is the comparison between the carbon dioxide emissions between the biodiesel and oil diesels in a unit of gram per carbon dioxide per brute horsepower per hour. And from the figures, we can see that the carbon dioxide emissions of biodiesel is 20% less than the oil diesels. And the second experiment is conducted in Turkey, which compared the carbon dioxide emissions between geothermal energy, coal, and natural gases. And from the figures, we can know that the carbon dioxide emissions for geothermal energy is 99% less than coal and natural gases. Here comes the limitations. First one is the method for data collections, as the two experiments is conducted in different countries, Brazil and Turkey, and there's different period of time. And the second is the method for data analysis, which gives different units to compare the two data. And the third point is it is hard to compare because there's so many renewable energy and greenhouse gases. And I would like to suggest further studies on that. The studies must be conducted in a long period of time, and it's worldwide collections of data so that it makes the data more precise and accurate. And we use the same analysis methods such as the same units to compare among the carbon dioxide emissions. And fourth is to consider the energy efficiency, because efficiency may also affect the greenhouse gases emissions. Here comes to the conclusions that renewable energy can reduce greenhouse gases emissions, and further investigation should be needed, for example, to consider the energy efficiency. Here comes the reference and the Q&A sessions.